Right now, a new neighborhood grocery on East Washington Avenue serving up exotic flavors, fulfilling an important need for residents nearby. Another very foggy evening across southern Wisconsin. To check your first warn forecast as we head for your weekend. And a federal jury orders former President Trump to pay up big how much he owes to E. Jean Carroll in her defamation suit against him. It's all coming up on News 3 Now at 10. A corner of East Wash is looking very different as a global grocery store celebrated its grand opening today. Armand Rahman was there to learn more about what Go Grocery hopes to bring to the area.
The grand opening of Go Grocery on East Wash Avenue brought elected officials from across the state and community members. All were hoping this is a sign of change in this part of Madison.
All right.
The aisles of Go Grocery transport many shoppers to their native countries.
So I make sure that we have every kind of fish, halal processed meat for the growing Muslim community and stuff like that. But more so the seasoning and the millet.
As Gambian immigrants, Representative Samba Balde and his co-owner Jere Kujabi hope to provide that piece of home to other newcomers.
It feels like we all belong to this space.
The two raised money for the past 3 years to bring the global grocery store to life.
Our vision for this was very simple. Give people access to good quality food from the state of Wisconsin and globally.
Along with fresh food, they also hope it's a source of jobs for the community.
I was actually chosen to be the sales associate here.
Until now, only fast food and food from gas stations were available on Melinda Sloan's side of the Highway 151-51 intersection, making it a food desert.
We have to afford a car, and if we can't afford a car, we have to walk through, across two major highways. So it can get unsafe for us.
The building used to be the Visions nightclub and was notorious for crime, including a shooting inside in 2018. The alder for the 12th district is hopeful more businesses like Go Grocery will help keep the area safe.
But front porch businesses, because they want to, combat like the drug dealing or the prostitution that may be going on, or people that are displaced.
The city of Madison was able to help get Go Groceries off the ground with grants through the city's Healthy Retail Access Program and Commercial Ownership Assistance Program. In Madison, Armand Rahman, News 3 Now.
And brand new at 10, authorities in Lafayette County are looking for a woman who they say is cashing fake checks and opened a bank account under a false name. They've shared 2 images of her from earlier this month. Last Saturday, they say she cashed fake checks totaling more than $11,000 at Woodford State Bank branches in New Glarus, Blanchardville, Argyle, Darlington, and South Wayne. She opened her account 9 days earlier using a fake Georgia driver's license. Anyone with information on who she is should call the Lafayette County Sheriff's Office, the number there on your screen. Madison police say tracking services from OnStar helped lead them to the arrests of 2 men in connection to a stolen car Wednesday morning. Officers responded to an apartment on Whitcomb Circle on the west side when a man reported his vehicle was stolen from an underground parking garage. It was found hours later near Easttown Mall. 2 men, a 42-year-old and a 35-year-old, were arrested. We are not naming them yet as they have not been formally charged. A live look at the Beltline at Fish Hatchery Road. Expect a warmer weekend weather-wise, some fog overnight and into tomorrow, but otherwise a quiet weekend ahead. Let's check in with meteorologist Jacob Madison, a check of his first warn forecast.
Thanks, Eric. Rain has stopped throughout the area. Right now, we aren't seeing any rain, but we did have it just about 30 minutes ago. So we could continue to see some sprinkles throughout the night, but for the most part, we're going to be fairly dry going forward. Now, as we look at the current radar, we have a few sprinkles in the western portion of our area, and there are a few locations that may be seeing some rain, but it's just not showing up on the radar because that was the case here about 30 minutes ago, like I mentioned. Now, here's a look at the forecast throughout the night. Cloudy skies are going to continue. We also will see foggy weather and some sprinkles are possible. During the morning, we may continue to see those sprinkles, but we should be dry by the afternoon. Again, don't be surprised if we see some mist just lingering. Anything that does fall will be very light going forward. The bigger story for this weekend will be the fog. There's a dense fog advisory in effect for our entire area until 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. And currently, we are seeing visibilities down to 1/4 mile in the western and southern portion of our area. And our entire region expected to see very dense fog during the overnight hours. Looking at the forecasted fog for tomorrow morning, we are going to see visibility down to around 1/4 of a mile for everyone. So if you have anywhere to be for your Saturday morning, just take a little extra time. Visibility will be severely reduced. Now, it will be a little bit better during the day on Saturday, but we'll see more fog for Sunday morning. But outside of the rain that we could see tonight and tomorrow, we're going to be fairly dry. I'm still slipping out here, by the way. Still some ice in the sidewalks, but in general, we are going to be calm going forward. I'll have the full forecast for next week coming up a little bit later.
All right, be careful out there, Jacob. Thank you. Police in Madison are looking for a suspect or suspects in an attempted homicide from late last night on the city's southwest side. Officers got a shots fired report and arrived near Gene Parks Place and Mike McKinney Court. Bullet casings were found in the street, and while police were looking for witnesses, they learned a 23-year-old man had arrived at a hospital with a gunshot wound. His injuries said to be non-life-threatening. Police are investigating the shooting and are taking information. If you have it, you can call Crime Stopper 608-266-6014. And we are learning tonight exactly how 2 German Shepherds got loose in Janesville, later resulting in one of them being shot dead by an officer after the pair attacked. Janesville police say the dog's owner had received a warning last April about these dogs running loose, so a fence had been installed to keep them in the yard. Police believe the dogs were able to somehow manipulate the latch mechanism, opening the gate early Wednesday morning and escaping. An officer responding to the report of aggressive dogs was attacked by the pair and shot one of them in self-defense. Milwaukee received a visit from U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen earlier today. Secretary Yellen toured a Wisconsin Regional Partnership Workforce Training Facility, later participating in a roundtable discussion with city leaders there. She shared why workforce facilities and programs like those are so important for cities all across America.
And funding workforce development through the American Rescue Plan is part of our broader focus on American workers through supporting unions to our long-term agenda.
Secretary Yellen was in the state to highlight the U.S. economy and President Biden's Investing in America agenda. A Manhattan federal jury has ordered former President Donald Trump to pay $83.3 million in damages to writer E. Jean Carroll for defamation. The case stems from public statements Trump made back in 2019, disparaging Carroll, denying her allegations that he had raped her in a department store back in the 1990s. The total amount in Friday's award, more than 8 times what Carroll had asked for in her initial lawsuit. Trump blasted the decision on social media, calling it, quote, absolutely ridiculous, and saying he will appeal. The man accused of killing 4 Idaho college students in November 2022 will go to trial in the summer of 2025. This after a judge today denied a motion to dismiss the indictment against Brian Kohberger. The 29-year-old Kohberger has been charged with 4 counts of murder in the stabbing deaths of Madison Mogen, Kaylee Gonsalves, Zana Kernodle, and Ethan Chapin. According to a probable cause affidavit, a sheath of the knife allegedly used in the killings was left at the home where they were killed. Detectives say they have DNA evidence on the sheath linked to Kohberger. Reactions appear mixed tonight after the state of Alabama put a convicted murderer to death by using nitrogen gas. Kenneth Eugene Smith had been on death row for 3.5 decades. He was convicted of murdering Elizabeth Sennett back in 1988 in a murder for hire plot. Despite appeals, one the U.S. Supreme Court denied earlier in the day, Smith was put to death last night. It's the first time nitrogen hypoxia has ever been used in the United States to put an inmate to death. For the children of Elizabeth Sennett, yesterday brought them closure more than 35 years after their mother's murder.
It's kind of a bittersweet day. We're not going to be jumping around, hooping and hollering, hooray and all that. That's not us. But we're glad this day is over.
Alabama officials have claimed that nitrogen hypoxia is a painless and humane method of execution, but Smith's spiritual advisor who witnessed his execution says that is not the case based on how Smith passed.
And when they turned the nitrogen on, he began to convulse. He popped up on the gurney over and over and over again. He shook the whole gurney. I could hear audible gas behind me coming from the witness areas.
The only other states that allow death by nitrogen hypoxia are Oklahoma and Mississippi, but neither has ever used it. Critics worry it could cause unnecessary suffering. In The Hague today, judges on the International Court of Justice voted for Israel to take action to prevent acts of genocide. This as the country wages war against Hamas militants on the Gaza Strip. However, the court ruled short of calling for an immediate ceasefire. The court says Israel must make sure its forces do not commit genocide and take measures to improve the humanitarian crisis for Palestinians. Talks between the White House and Senate continue on Capitol Hill over security at the U.S.-Mexico border, but there are new concerns that top Republicans may be trying to kill a possible bipartisan deal before any details have even been laid out. Willie James Inman has the story.
Bipartisan talks in the Senate over how to fix the nation's broken immigration system hit a speed bump.
We feel that it's been happening in a good faith nature, and these negotiations about policy changes, obviously, and also funding resources.
While no text has been released yet, former President Donald Trump, the likely Republican presidential nominee, has already come out against a potential deal. In a letter to House Republicans Friday, House Speaker Mike Johnson also blasted a potential plan, writing in part, "If rumors about the contents of the Senate draft proposal are true, it would have been dead on arrival in the House."
House Republicans, they have a choice to make, right? They have to choose whether they want to solve a problem or, get in the way.
Speaker Johnson says his chamber will move as soon as possible on whether to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas over the Biden administration's handling of the U.S.-Mexico border.
It's not like we don't have a process at the border, and there is a challenge there, and the president does want to get more Border Patrol agents.
Texas has become a flashpoint in the crisis, particularly at Shelby Park and Eagle Pass. The state has refused to remove razor wire fencing and other barriers at the site to impede illegal immigration, despite a ruling this week from the Supreme Court. The Biden administration is demanding Border Patrol agents be given immediate access to the park to help process migrants. Willie James Inman, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
A Madison restaurant is being recognized for its hospitality by an organization that knows a thing or two about culinary excellence. Still ahead, we swing by Pasture and Plenty on the city's near west side and hear from its owner about its James Beard Award accomplishment.
Update your kitchen today with help from Menards. Delta faucets come in a wide variety of style options and finishes with features meant to make your life easier. Right now, pick up this classic pull-down faucet for only $139.99. Need cleaning supplies? Menards carries top brands like Dawn, Tide, and Bounty. Right now, receive a $10 mail-in rebate with a purchase of $40 or more on qualifying Procter & Gamble products. Save big money now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line, many impacted by physical or mental health challenges. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net that keeps them safely in their homes. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative, with 95 cents of every dollar donated going directly to those right here in your community. Help by visiting www.heatforheroes.org. or by calling 1-800-891-9276. That's 800-891-9276.
When you have moderate to severe eczema, it's okay to show off. With Dupixent, show off your clearer skin and less itch, because you have plenty of reasons to show off your skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, you can stay ahead of your eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin and fast itch relief after first dose. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Common is on the Jennifer Hudson Show, and everyone wants to know, so I'm asking, are you dating anyone?
Yes, one of the most beautiful people I ever met. She's smart, she's talented.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
The Henry Vila Zoo gearing up to move one of its largest residents next month. That would be male polar bear Borealis, otherwise known as Bo. He'll be moving to another zoo for breeding. There's not a set date for when Bo will be moved, but it's expected to be sometime mid-February to line up with polar bear breeding season. Don't worry, though. The zoo does have another polar bear, a female named Barrett, who is sticking around. The zoo also working to bring in a new bear to join her by year's end. 2 Madison chefs and 1 restaurant have been honored as semifinalists for the James Beard Awards. It's one of the most prestigious honors in the culinary world. The restaurant Pasture and Plenty was nominated in the category of Outstanding Hospitality. It's located off University and Highland Avenues. The restaurant uses ingredients fresh from local sources. Owner Christy McKenzie says the nomination shows their efforts expand well beyond the kitchen.
We want to welcome people into this space as if we were welcoming our best friends or our neighbors. We want to create space to support people with the foods that we make.
If you'd like to try Pasture and Plenty, its cafe is open 5 days a week, Tuesday through Saturday. A fun day in class for a group of elementary students in Marathon County. It was cross-country skiing day at Weston's Riverside Elementary. The last time the school hosted a day like this was 5 years ago, so this was a big deal to both students and staff alike. If you're curious how the district afforded the skis, well, it used a $1,200 grant. One PE teacher says it's important for kids to get outside and active even during these cold winter months. Bringing the skis to them allows that to happen.
I think it's a great opportunity for kids to experience, a sport maybe that they haven't been exposed to, especially being in Wisconsin, winter months. For them to get out and just be active, I think it's really important, and you got to kind of embrace the cold.
These skis will be used by all elementary school students in the district, rotating through until all schools get a chance to cross-country ski. Pickleball may be popular here in Wisconsin, but the sport really continues to grow at an impressive rate all across the country. And in Chicago, the city's largest indoor pickleball facility opened its doors for the first time today. It's located in the Lincoln Park neighborhood, designed to serve as a tropical getaway of sorts in the heart of the city. The 42,000 square foot space features 8 dedicated pickleball courts equipped with instant replay of all things, a grab-and-go snack bar, spacious locker rooms complete with saunas and showers. It may be late January, but Reagan National Airport near D.C. today set a record high temperature, climbing to 80 degrees today, a daily record for our nation's capital, the hottest day ever recorded there in January. It comes on the heels of the snowiest weather D.C. has had in years. 3 to 6 inches of snow fell across the area just a week ago. Back here in southern Wisconsin, rain earlier, mild temps. Things can change quick everywhere. Jacob has our first warn forecast.
Yeah, and going forward, we're really going to be very calm. And compared to the last 2.5 weeks, we definitely deserve a break. Now, here's a look at the 3 things you need to know. Really, the only hazard will be the fog over the weekend, but the fog is going to be pretty dense. Temperatures will remain mild much of this weekend and next week, and we also are going to see dry conditions going forward with only some light precipitation here and there. Current radar showing mostly dry conditions. A few areas may be experiencing rain that isn't showing up on radar, and this may continue throughout the night and tomorrow. So don't be surprised if you see a few raindrops early tomorrow, possibly even into tomorrow afternoon, as we're going to see some lingering sprinkles and mist with very cloudy skies. This may even continue into the evening hours Saturday and possibly even Sunday morning as well. Typically, when you have fog and a lot of cloud cover, it's not uncommon for a little bit of mist to form with that. Now, here's a look at the dense fog advisory in effect for our entire area and most of Wisconsin. It will stay in effect until 10 a.m. tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another dense fog advisory go into effect tomorrow into Sunday, as we're going to continue to see some foggy weather then. For tomorrow morning, we're going to see visibility down to around 1/4 mile for our entire area, so the fog is going to be pretty dense. So if you have anywhere to go Saturday morning, just take a little extra time getting to your destination. Now, as far as the temperature forecast, tonight we're not going to see the temperatures drop all that much. We'll have lows in the lower 30s, but the highs also aren't going to rise very much tomorrow. Once again, in the upper 30s, but still above average for this time of year. The average high for this time of year is in the upper 20s, so the low temperatures tonight will actually be above the average high, despite the temperatures not necessarily being that warm. But as we go into next week, we're going to remain in the 30s. By the end of next week, we could have high temperatures in the lower 40s. So for the most part, we're going to continue to see the above average temperatures, as the normal high is down here in the upper 20s. But if we look at the precipitation, we also are going to be dry for next week, but it looks like we may start to see some wetter conditions as we get towards kind of like the end of the around day like 5 through 8 of February, because this all the rain that's in the western half of the United States that will be next week will likely move into our area. But temperatures are going to be warm enough to where we likely will only see rain when it comes. So here's a look at the 7 to 10 day forecast. Mostly cloudy to partly sunny skies over the next several days. We are going to see some sunshine for the work week next week, despite not seeing really any sunshine over the weekend. Some peaks of sunshine on Monday, then partly sunny skies Wednesday and Thursday. Sunshine once again for the weekend. Highs could be in the lower 40s. A few snow showers Monday night, but really we're not expect to see a whole lot of hazardous conditions other than the fog over the weekend. It's going to be very, very calm going forward.
And coming up in sports, a Sparty sweep. How Wisconsin did something they haven't done in 2 decades to Michigan State. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Find inspiration at the Build and Remodel Expo, sponsored by James Hardy. Meet local experts showcasing the latest innovations in home building and remodeling. Visit buildremodelexpo.com for details.
Spectrum Mobile brings you our best deal to start the new year. Now you can get unlimited mobile for $15 per line. That's right, only $15 a month per line. It's our best price on unlimited mobile. Switch now and save over $1,400 for the first year with Spectrum Mobile, the nation's fastest growing mobile provider. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line with no added taxes or hidden fees and no contracts. Call 855-204-1678 or visit a Spectrum store near you. With Spectrum Mobile, you get a fast, reliable 5G network that millions of customers rely on. And you get the fastest wireless speeds with unlimited data to stream all day and the freedom to text and talk all you want. Plus, nationwide 5G at no additional cost. All this for $15 a line with no added taxes or hidden fees. Start saving over $1,400 on your mobile bill now. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line with no added taxes or hidden fees and no contracts. Call 855-204-1678 or visit a Spectrum store near you.
The robotic money expert.
Clever. How do I start a savings habit?
Famous cabbage.
Savings habit.
Shaving rabbits.
Tech can make life simpler, but when it comes to savings habits, nothing's as simple as BMO. A BMO savings account helps you build the habit with a cash reward every month you save.
Cash reward. Ingenious.
Sardine Fest.
This year's top prize goes to BMO.
I'm just in it for the saving, but it's nice to be recognized.
BMO. Pick and Save always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Pick and Save app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Hold on, I'm coming. You didn't tell me you were getting McDonald's.
Buy a sausage biscuit, sausage McMuffin, or sausage McGriddles and get one for $1.
Discover new opportunities together in a new Chevy. Meet up in an award-winning Equinox. Lend a hand in the Silverado with up to 14 available camera views. Or mix it up in the Trax with an 11-inch diagonal display screen. Find the Chevy that's right for you. Get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Silverado models. Or get $6,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
It's been a while since Wisconsin men's basketball has swept Michigan State. You have to go all the way back to the 03-04 season. If you do the math in your head, it's been 20 years. Badgers looking to change that tonight, and they were feeling it from the three-point line. Early first half, A.J. Storr with the step-back triple jack. He had 12 points in the first half, finished with a team-high 28. That was from the outside. The inside game was working too. Steven Crowell living up to his nickname. Big Steve with the up and under kiss for two. That makes it an 8-point game Wisconsin was also good on the boards. Later in the half, John Blackwell grabs the rebound and then gets the hoop and the harm for three the old-fashioned way. Badgers were flexing on Izzo and Sparty all night long. They led from the opening tip. Wisconsin out-rebounded Michigan State. They got 22 points from their bench and moved to 8-1 in Big Ten play with an 81-66 win.
A lot of good things that I saw tonight. Really proud of our guys of how they, that's as close to a complete 40 minutes as we've had in a while. To have only 6 turnovers, and obviously AJ was the basket looked like the ocean to him. So, but all in all, really, a good team win, and proud of how they competed from start to finish.
Well, it's officially official. Doc Rivers is the new head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks. The former Marquette star brings 24 seasons of head coaching experience to the franchise. Rivers had led his teams to the playoffs 19 times with 2 trips to the NBA Finals, including winning it all with the Celtics in 2008. Big game in the Trailways West. Partyville taking on Randolph in a battle of the top 2 teams in the standings. The Bulldogs jumped out early. Ava Wagner banks it home for 2, and don't look now, but Partyville is up on the 3rd-ranked team in the Division 5. But that lead wouldn't last long. Lauren Grieger dials one up from deep, and Randolph stays undefeated in conference play with a 40-26 win. For the first time since winning their 7th national championship, the Wisconsin women's hockey team returned to Amsoil Arena. But unlike last time, they're not facing Minnesota or Ohio State. It's a true road series with Duluth. Badgers and Bulldogs split earlier this season. Scoreless in the first period, Wisconsin on the attack in the second. Vivian Jungles fires a shot on net, and Casey O'Brien is there to clean up the mess to put UW out in front. Third period, tied at 1, Badgers on the power play, and Lacey Eden cashes in for Wisconsin. That'd be your game winner. Badgers win their 8th straight, 2-1 the final. And the UW men also on the road. Wisconsin taking on Michigan. Badgers spotted the Wolverines a 3-goal lead and then went to work in the third. Jack Horbach lights the lamp to get Bucky on the board and make it a 2-goal game. That's the closest they'd get, though. Michigan would score 2 more in the period. Wisconsin falls 5-1 the final. We're back after this.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
Fjords has been crafting beautifully designed functional furniture since 1941. Every aspect of Fjords furniture has been carefully engineered to create a higher level of relaxation. Visit the Century House today and view our extensive lineup. Experience the unmatched relaxation you can only achieve in Fjords furniture. Relaxation made beautiful. Visit the Century House at 3420 University Avenue in Madison or online at centuryhouseinc.com.
Choose FlexBuy on an Explorer and get 1.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus $1,500 FlexBuy cash. See your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
Earn now, spend later during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Rewards Members Dollar Days. Now through the end of January, Rewards members earn $10 in Blaine's Bucks for every $100 spent in store to redeem later just like cash. Start earning now on new resealable deluxe mixed nuts or whole cashews, $17.99. Rewards members save an extra $2. And 20-pound bags of Blaine's brand Easy Scoop Cow Litter, 2 for $14. Earn Blaine's Bucks now to spend later during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Rewards Members Dollar Days.
This is how it feels to do more with less asthma, thanks to Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Imagine that. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic for asthma.
Spas. The Swim Spa Hot Tub and Sauna Show is coming this weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison. Rows and rows of spas, hot tubs, and swim spas. The largest display in the state. Save up to 60% on all in-stock models. This weekend only at the arena at the Alliant Energy Center in Madison.
Meet a local veteran helping others in the spirit of service. Monday at 6.
Tonight. They can't control me. Nobody can. This is a plot by Crooked Joe.
Colbert's got Emily Blunt tonight on CBS.
Well, check out this gaming granny. This 81-year-old in Chile, Marian Arevalo, who at 81 years old is a regular on the game Free Fire. Mami Nena, as she's known to her followers for her screen name, says she spiraled into depression when she lost her husband of 50 years. But her grandson, Hector, insisted she try video games to cope. The gamer granny now confesses she didn't even know how to move a mouse or which keyboard buttons to push at first, but once she started playing with others online, she didn't feel so alone anymore. And in 2022, the makers of Free Fire invited her to a promotional event in Mexico as, you guessed it, an influencer. You go, gaming granny. Pick it up. Late in life, you can be pretty good. Let's go to Jacob. Final check of the weekend forecast. We've seen a lot of change this week, and the fog is the result. It's still out there.
We're still going to see the fog throughout the weekend, but other than that, we're not going to see much in the form of hazardous weather going forward. For the next 7 days, we are going to see pretty calm conditions. Highs will be in the 30s with partly sunny skies, and then we could see highs in the lower 40s by the time we get to the weekend. Not going to see much precipitation, some snow showers Monday night, some light rain tomorrow. Also could see some light rain by the time we get to the following Sunday and Monday. But overall, it's going to be a pretty nice week, all things considered. You know, middle of January, or kind of towards the end of January, but still pretty cold. The average high is pretty cold, and we'll be in the upper 30s. So definitely get out and enjoy the weather. I don't know if I would say get out and enjoy the weather, but, you know, it's going to be pretty nice for January, especially after what it has been.
Yeah, certainly has. All right, Jacob, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10. Folks, have a great weekend.